to the Horror Hangout podcast, where two bearded film fans watch the best and worst horror movies of all time. My name is Luke Condor with Kate, and I'm joined by my regular co-host, Mr.
Ben Errington.
I tried to harmonise that.
Mr.
You went into it too quick for me.
Mr. Ben Errington. Yeah, I mean, we should practice it.
Yeah, we should
practice.
Surprise the audience one evening with a properly perfect third.
Pitch perfect. We should just do the whole intro harmonised. Maybe we'll work on that for next time.
Okay.
Maybe pre-record it, because I know you're a bit of a wizard when it comes to stuff like that. So
I'm not a wizard with stuff like that. I like
well,
to mess around.
You like to mess around. That basically makes you a wizard, right?
To go to my garage and mess around with Miss N. But let's talk about stuffs and guffs. I've got a good one for stuffs and guffs.
Oh, you go first. I always go first. You go first.
Okay. I reckon. So I watched a Stuff film called The Stuff. Have you seen The Stuff?
Yeah.
So
I don't think I have seen The Stuff, but I know what The Stuff is, and I know it was written and directed by
the late Larry Cohen. He passed away a couple of weeks ago, not that long ago. Larry Cohen, one of those independent filmmakers. I watched a documentary about him recently called King Cohen, which is like really, really fun, a good watch to sort of see an independent filmmaker making absolute chaos and having fun doing it. This Stuff is one of his films. I think this may be one of his better known films. It's the one I knew about before I knew who Larry Cohen was. It's about these people in America. They find this white bilge stuff bubbling out of the ground.
Creamy muck.
And the first thing this guy does when he sees it, he goes, I wonder what that tastes like. And he shoves it in his mouth, starts eating it. And then someone else comes over and he goes, I reckon we could sell this. And they start selling it, and then they don't realise that the stuff, which is sort of like ice cream, yogurt.
Does anyone ever say what it tastes like?
Well, someone mentions yogurt, but I think it's just because there's a little kid who sees it moving, and he's like, it's alive. You can't eat it, it's alive. And they're like, yeah, but yogurt's alive. Yeast and bread is alive. You always eat stuff that's alive.
Yeah, you dick.
You little dick.
Get
that
it down,
8-year-old
you
kid.
look a good boy.
Yeah, but it's good. It's when you watch sort of these sort of older, lower budget films, there's always the concern that it's going to be a little bit poorly put together or like a little bit of a difficult watch. The first hour of this is really good. Like, it's just genuinely fun. Well, it's kind of hammy. I can't really what's his name, Chris Moriarty or something, but the lead actor plays a sort of a PI but for the food industry, and he's really hammy but like really kind of funny to watch. And
I mean, it's a specific job, but someone's got to do it.
He's like a former FBI agent in all this great stuff. He punches people randomly in the face. It's just like really fun to watch. And then there's loads of like spoof adverts about the stuff. It's very 80s, and it's sort of like it feels like it was a real product. Like the amount of stuff that's gone into the logo.
They're going to come up with a better name for it.
The Stuff. Yeah, but you'll never get enough of the stuff. And now there's a whole thing.
Is that the tagline? You never get enough of the stuff.
Something like that. But the actual tagline for the film is, "Are you eating it, or is it eating you?" And it's good. It's a really fun satirical horror comedy thriller sort of thing. The last half an hour goes a bit. It gets all the army involved, and they're like all fighting, shooting at the stuff. I think it's a bit weird. Yeah, I can't remember how they beat it. I think they set it on fire or something, but I can't remember now. Yeah, it's good. It's that out of the stuff and the guffs, that was a genuinely good stuff.
Yeah, that's the best kind of stuff you could have.
I had some stuffing as well on Sunday. It's good.
Oh, did you? Sage and onion?
Yes, it's classic.
Classic. Is there any other stuff in sausage meat?
No.
No, there isn't any other stuff. No. That's it. Sage and onion. You got any other stuff? Get out of here.
I like that stuffing you get sometimes that tastes like properly meaty. Like it is like some sort of meat.
Sausage meat one. Yeah,
but I'm sure there's a different one that's like beefier. Maybe I'm getting my wires crossed.
Hang on a minute. This stuffing's meaty, but not quite beefy enough for me.
And there's always like
nothing pleases you.
The nut and cranberry sauce type of one that someone's always handing around, and you're like, nah, I'll stick to the sage and onion one, thanks.
I know what you mean. Yeah, that was mental. That was for upper class people, not the sausage munchers like us.
Yeah. What about you?
Did you do any other stuff in Guffs, or was that pretty much it? A solo week.
Game of Thrones, I guess.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. Everyone's going cray for that right now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's lost a little something since they've overtaken Mr. R. Martin, Mr. Roddy Martin. It's
yeah.
It's got to the point where like they're writing the dialogue and it doesn't seem as quite as cutting or as.
Hey mate, what are you gonna do about this then? Bloody hell, White Walker over there, bloody mug. That's it.
It just feels. Well, it used to feel like you never really knew what people were saying because they had like so many meanings behind what they're talking about. They had to, keep some sort of facade for other people. Get to the point. Yeah, exactly. But now it's like, I think you're an idiot, and I think you're a tosser, and then they.
Well, I've done it, then.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. Maybe not quite as on the nose, but what about you?
Watched a few nice things this week. It's been quite. I watched High Life, which is like a odd sort of post-apocalyptic A24 sci-fi sort of nihilistic, horrible. Directed by Claire Denis, and it's her first English language film, I believe. Yeah. Robert Pattinson's in it. Old glittery werewolf. No, sorry, vampire from Twilight.
Yeah.
Twillet.
Twillet Bang.
Twillet Bang. Mia Goth, Andre Benjamin, aka Andre 3000. It was pretty good. It was very unique, very strange. It sort of felt like space, but like instead of everything being all massively sci-fi, it was all like sort of hippie and suits were made out of like rattan and like weaved baskets and all that shit. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, it was good. It was non-linear and a bit strange and a bit unnerving, and had like a jazz soundtrack and
sounds very sort of Terence McKenna sort of.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit Stanley Kubrick, not just because of 2001, but it did feel very Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
It sort of suffered for me. It had quite a slow sort of second act that kind of didn't really go anywhere.
Mm.
And then when it picked up in the third act, I enjoyed it a lot more. So I recommend that. That was pretty cool. I also watched, I don't know if you've seen this actually. Maybe you've mentioned it before. I also watched Ghost Stories.
Yeah, I watched it last year at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, like sort of anthology thing. Paranormal investigator dude is investigating sort of 3 different supernatural events. After this, there's this guy who's dying who used to have a TV show where he used to sort of used to prove all these supernatural things wrong, didn't he? Is that right?
Yeah.
So he's quite skeptical of everything. But yeah, quite an interesting cast with like Martin Freeman, Paul Whitehouse, Andy Nyman is the sort of titular
that kid
as
from
the leading man.
Black Mirror as well.
That kid from Black Mirror and End of the World thing, whatever it is, who's just as odd in this as he is in Black Mirror. This obviously is MO. But yeah, I thought it was a really good sort of like back to basics horror film that
it's solid.
Had some genuine scares, like some genuine creepy. Some of the atmosphere was great, and even though it was a bit cliche in terms of some of the settings, like abandoned prison, woodland, and woody woodland house, all a bit cliche, mate. I want to see more horror films taking place in a Toys R Us or something. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a stage show originally, right? And they're redoing the stage show recently.
Oh, wow.
They're talking
stage show.
It's like one of the scariest stage shows sort of ever. Ever.
I could probably understand that because there was definitely a few moments where I was like and hey.
I did those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. I mean, that could have been something we did an episode on. But
the only thing I didn't get too much on board with that is like the ending. The whole.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The ending was
sort of thing.
The ending wasn't massively satisfying, but I think the rest of the film was. And then the last thing I watched the Mads Mikkelsen comic book adaptation Polar.
Express.
The Polar Express with Mads Mikkelsen as the train driver.
Hitman. No, I didn't bother with it. I
don't know all that much about the comics either, but it was a bit of a like imagine a film where you're like, there's loads of assassins trying to kill this guy who used to be an assassin, but now he's retired. It's like
I
you
almost
know
know
exactly.
I always know
You
exactly
know
what that'd be
exactly
like,
what's
yeah.
getting. Basically, Mads Mikkelsen's good, but
Yeah.
everyone else is just kind of shit and
Dog egg.
and phoning it in.
Yeah.
And there's like a group of particular assassins, like the bad guys,
Assassins.
and they're all just so awful.
Yeah.
Just like I'm just sick of the sight of them. I'm just like, oh, get them off. Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen gets sort of like a sex fight scene, you know, like in Shoot 'Em Up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Having sex and still shooting him up.
yeah, pretty much like that. Not quite.
I always think
that
of shooting
level.
up. I always think about that scene where he's like trying to see someone to shoot, but it's out of focus. He can't see, so he eats a carrot, and it
eats a
suddenly
carrot,
comes
yeah.
into focus. I mean,
Doesn't
that's
he
like,
kill someone with a
yeah.
carrot as well.
but he eats a carrot, it bites into it, and then his vision comes into focus, and he shoots someone. I think he kills someone with a carrot. That film is so silly, but like,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
just
yeah,
gonna-
this film is silly, but like not in a haha, I'm enjoying this. It's so
Yeah.
silly. Just in a head shaking for fuck's sake kind of way.
Yeah.
Matt Lucas is the main villain.
Interesting choice.
Interesting choice. There, I think that's all I need to say about.
They definitely made a choice. Yeah.
I was like, is this a feature-length Little Britain sketch? Because it feels like it might be. But to be honest, all the whole time I thought Mads Mikkelsen's better than this. I just kept thinking that Mads Mikkelsen's better than this.
Got to pay them bills though. Got council tax to pay.
I suppose he has. He got a massive water bill, and he bloody hell.
Exactly. Yeah. 7 Trent water after him.
Yep,
Okay. Anything else?
that's it, mate.
That's a pretty good week. You got some good ones in.
Yeah. I got some ones out of the way that I wanted to see for a while, so I
Yeah.
feel pretty satisfied with myself.
So the film we're talking about today, you watched a couple of weeks ago, maybe sort of as a random sort of
Sort of a random one, but also as a
curiosity.
dessert. As a dessert to
okay.
Pet Sematary. So after watching Pet Sematary, I was like,
Yeah.
Stephen King's pretty good at writing this, animal horror, horror shit. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Cujo. Like, I know a lot about Cujo, but I don't think I've ever seen it. So I thought, why not give it a C?
Give it a C. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not give it a C? And I gave it a C
Yeah.
with my eyes. That's
Okay.
not my rate.
Okay. I thought you've blown your load right at the start there.
No. Don't do that.
Splooge.
Spludge.
Have you seen it before?
No. I haven't seen it before.
Never seen it before.
I don't think I've read the book either, but I am currently in the process of listening to the audio book. Not
Audio
right
book.
now.
Did
I'm not-
you? I wonder why you're wearing headphones. Did you? Did you know the story though? Did you know what it was
Yeah.
about?
I knew pretty much the premise, and I think I knew the premise of it because of Friends. Because there's this particular particular episode where I think
Yeah.
Joey gets Rachel to read The Shining, and she gets him to read a different book, and then there's something about I can't remember.
Whether or not,
Doesn't
I
she
think
get
Cujo is there is a whole thing about Cujo. I don't think it's the same episode.
different episode maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good
Yeah.
that they've sort of involved
Stephen
Stephen
twice.
King
Yeah.
in more than one Friends episode. But yeah,
Yeah.
someone watches Cujo and it's like, what is wrong with that dog? And it's always in my head whenever I watch what's the other St. Bernard film? Beethoven.
Yeah.
Whenever I watch that, I think Cujo, bloody Cujo, he's coming for you.
He's gonna go full Cujo. Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Put
I
it
know
down
everything
now.
about Cujo from pop culture
Yeah.
and everything like that, but I don't think I ever sat down and actually watched the film.
Yeah. Did you
What
know?
about
Well, I saw this at some point years ago. I barely remembered it. I mean, I know the story because it's a fairly simple story.
Yeah.
But Stephen King does this kind of thing very well. So Stephen King's survivor stories, Gerald's Game, Misery. Someone ends up in a situation and they're locked away, and they're trying to get out.
Yeah.
And then there's quite a few Kingisms in this film, this story. There's like the there's sort of the working class abusive husband.
Yeah.
There's the savior authority figure who turns up just and does fuck all. That guy
yeah.
is
And
that
it does
element.
fuck all.
There's
And it
the
gets murked. I mean, you couldn't do anything. If I turned up
I know,
all
yeah.
right, how's it going? You'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah. There's the sort of prophetic dream thing. The husband has a sort of prophetic thing. That's why he sort of comes back.
Yeah.
But I mean, it hits all the right notes. I mean, there's something genuinely sad, genuinely horrific about the dog in this. Like, not because it's an evil thing, but he looks so, it's in pain itself. It's in like a weird turmoil. And there's a really good scene in this film. About third of the way through, which I'll talk about. But it's like genuinely emotional. Genuinely makes you think, that poor dog, that poor bloody dog.
Yeah. This film also makes me like hate cars even more than I already do.
I know. I know car troubles. Yeah.
You know car troubles. I'm always thinking, this fucking car is always mugging me off, innit? And in this film, I'm like, the car is the true villain of this film. Yeah. I'm just like, give him a chance, innit? Give him a chance. Jesus. I mean, it provides like a decent place for him to hide, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, get him out of there. Jesus.
Do you know where the story came from? The original story idea?
It was something to do with something he'd witnessed in his real life, right?
Yeah, so he went to get his car done in this sort of garage, and because he doesn't like dogs, I don't think, Stephen King. And a Saint Bernard came rushing after him, like barking, it looked like he was going to attack him, and then the mechanic just hit the dog over the head with like a wrench or a spanner or something.
Jesus.
And, just what? I
thought you were going to say like a rolled up newspaper.
No, spanner.
He got a bloody baseball bat and he twatted him right on the crust.
And I think Stephen King was like, well, if that guy wasn't there, or I could have been mauled. Yeah. Did you hear the one where they at the end of this the vet said, I've got to put the dog down, and they said, no, why? He's really fucking heavy. He's the same bird.
I've got to put the dog down. I mean, he is heavy. How heavy is that dog? That dog is like 14 stone.
Yeah, he's got to be around that. Yeah,
he's a beast, a literal beast. And yeah, something about Saint Bernard where you're like, yeah, it could kill you, but it probably won't.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I think, look at it, big soppy.
Because they got like big, like dour eyes as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they look like big cartoon characters.
Did you also like at some point rabies was a real like it was in the public consciousness as being something to be scared of? Rabies.
Was that our time?
Don't get bitten by a dog, you'll have rabies. Well, I think maybe like it bled over into my time, mainly because of like horror stories and quicksand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From quicksand, yeah.
From watching too many cartoons, I think that was. And you're like, how's that sign in it then? How's that sign in the quicksand saying quicksand? Why ain't that sung? Yeah. But yeah, I used to think, because I got bitten quite badly by a dog when I was young. On a paper round, a Rottweiler that had always been all right with me, and one day it just bit me, and it was like I had like puncture wounds like on both sides of my arm, and I had to go and get.
Are you scared of dogs now?
No.
Is there any part of you that's like, I just don't know?
No, I think I'm all right, but there's always that when a dog runs up to you, there's always that sort of instant, like, oh shit. Like, especially if there's no owners near it. Will it just jump and maul me? Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good with dogs though. But yeah, I got all the relevant injections. But I remember at the time thinking I'm going to get rabies. The injections aren't going to work, and I'm going to get rabies. And do you know what the owner gave me as by way of apology for getting bitten by his Rottweiler?
A kiss.
A kiss
on the boo boo.
A box of celebrations. What are we celebrating here?
Celebrations? I thought they were like naughties chocolate. Not as in like for naughty people, but like they came in around 2000s.
Yeah. Well,
was it on like Quality Street or Roses? I feel like that was the only two they had.
I was probably around. I was doing my paper round, so I was probably around 14, 15.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
That was probably his naughties. Yeah.
I just pictured you as a 6-year-old or something doing a paper round.
Trying to pick apart my story, are you? Trying to make? I was telling a lie.
Well, tell us where you were when you.
yeah. I think they were heroes, actually, weren't they? Not celebrate. I remember getting to celebrations and thinking, oh well. And I remember my mum at the time going, "What's there to fucking celebrate?" And I was like, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is your mum the head witch from Witches?
I think she was. I think she was temporarily. She channeled the witch briefly.
Yeah. Have you seen Witches?
Yeah.
I showed it to Kat recently. She never watched it as a kid.
Oh.
I always remember because the kid's called Luke, and he just
Luke.
Yeah.
Isn't his like grandmother like a little bit German or something as well?
Yeah. And it's like little girl who ends up trapped in the picture in the painting.
There's loads of horrible like imagery in that.
Yeah. I'm still scared about the bit when they're all peeling their faces off and he's running away from them.
Horrific.
And then when they're turning into the transformation scene, that's quite horrific. Because the teeth start to sprout
steam
out.
And shit.
Yeah, or the steam. Yeah. That's Nicholas Rogue. who directed that. You know, the guy who did Don't Look Now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah. So, Cujo.
Cujo.
The Cujo cast. The cool kids.
What kind of a name is Cujo as well for a dog? Is it common?
No, it's not common. It's a completely made up name. People thought it was some sort of Indian tribal thing, and then Stephen King said, "No, it's just a name I made up."
Cujo.
It works, though.
Lumo. Dano. He just he could have said any of those things, and it would have worked. It's kind of a good. It sounds like friendly, doesn't it? Cujo.
Yeah.
Cujo.
But also aggressive. Like you wouldn't want to mess with a dog called Cujo. It sounds like a big dog. But is that just because we associate that name with a killer Saint Bernard? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Because Beethoven, you're like, yeah, lovely, isn't he?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Who would win in a fight to the death, Cujo or?
Beethoven.
That's a stupid question, actually. That is a stupid question.
Yeah. Beethoven, because,
one's rabid.
He's got the power of love, and he can play piano right good.
Yeah.
So,
shall I give you some?
Yes. Yeah.
Forgot about that bit.
Forgot about it too.
So Cujo is a 1983 American horror film directed by Lewis Teague, based on Stephen King's 1981 novel of the same name, starring Dee Wallace, Daniel Hugh Kelly, and Danny Pintauro.
Pintauro was a bad guy from Mortal Kombat, I think. Right? Pintauro. There's something like that.
Yeah. I forgot where I am now.
Sorry.
The film revolves around a rabid St. Bernard who traps a mother and her child inside a car without food or water during a heat wave and their attempts to survive. Yeah. The fact that it's during a heat wave as well, like... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Really, like, you watched it when it was quite a hot day, right? Or it had been a hot day.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But did you feel like...
I didn't have any ice pops or jubblies or anything about.
Any umbongos?
No. So I knew exactly what they were going through. And there's a dog running around the living room.
Yeah. A rabid dog?
There were rabbits outside.
Oh! Nice.
A rabbit
dog.
Yeah,
it's basically like... It's a pretty basic story. We've got, like, the major players. So we got... Dee Wallace is Donna Trenton. So basically, it centers around a family. Like, a family who are having some trouble in terms of adultery. And he's working away all the time. So Donna Trenton is the mum, Dee Wallace. Other way around. Dee Wallace is the mum, Donna Trenton. Danny Pintauro is Tad Trenton, like a little tiny child who's how old, like 4 or something?
Very
little squeaky
young. Very
child,
young.
very young. Daniel Hugh Kelly is Vic Trenton, the father. Christopher Stone is Steve Kemp, who's having an affair with Donna Trenton, and he's like a mustachioed love god. Well, he thinks he is, doesn't he?
Yeah, he thinks he is.
He thinks he's a mustachioed love god. And then there's a family, the Camber family. So like a mum, a dad, a little kid called Brett Camber who owns the dog, which is weird because I think in my head I always thought the dog belonged to the main characters.
Yeah, so I said that to Kat, and Kat was like, I thought the same thing as well. So there's something in our heads that merges the two together.
Yeah.
I think.
And the dog that played Cujo. This might be ruined. I might be ruining the potential trivia bit, but his name's Mo.
Interesting. You haven't ruined it. You've made it more interesting. The plot thickens.
Okay.
Speaking of plot, okay. So we open with a lovely. This film's very flowery at the start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all like wishy-washy. The camera movements are very slow and dreamlike.
It's like a watercolor painting come to life.
Yeah, it is. But it's Saint Bernard chasing a wild rabbit. At that point, I don't know how you would have filmed that without actually just getting a rabbit and getting a Saint Bernard to chase it around.
Yeah. He'll just chase it and maul it to death, and you go, no, you got to chase it, but not quite catch it.
Yeah. Can we do it again? Do the scene again.
I've already killed 17 rabbits.
Yeah. I didn't remember this scene happening right at the very start. So he shoves his head in a hole, barks a few off, and then all the bats start flying around.
Yeah, in the book, this is sort of quite a good scene because it kind of the description of it is very good. It makes you feel like you got your head in a hole.
Okay, does he sort of characterize the dog in like?
Yeah, definitely. It's like he's chasing the rabbit, but like it's only for sport. He doesn't really want to kill the rabbit. He just wants to just put the willies up it.
Yeah.
And when he chases it into the, he gets a bit stuck in the thing. And then we also get like a bit from the point of view of the bats as well, where they hear the sound and then they use their sonar to try and get out, but then they're like, oh my god, the exit is gone because it's blocked by this giant
face.
By a giant face of a dog. And then obviously turns out one of the bats, or maybe all the bats, but only one bites him, got the old rabies.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't know how they felt, because the dog in the film was trying to get his head out, so he must have been holding his head.
Yeah, help me. Yeah. So that's a precursor to the pain. We see Cujo get bitten by a bat. There we go. Maybe he'll be all right. Maybe the film will carry on.
The music makes us think that he won't be, because it's kind of like
bloody music.
Yeah. And then we meet the Trenton family. We have a whole pretty bog standard scene with the dad coming, the son waking up, and there's a monster in his closet. The dad comes in and gets rid of the monster that's not actually in his closet. The dad is an advertising executive. He sells cereals.
Yeah. He sells some cereal to people. All the good ones.
Frosties or something. There's all these adverts going on all the time. He's looking at him. He's like, I did that campaign. That's one of our clients.
And then someone else comes up and he goes, I didn't do that one. Shit.
Yeah, amateurs.
Own brand. Shreddies. Get out of it.
Yeah. So, and then we get, he's on the way to work again. His car, we've all been here. The car decides to not work. I don't know what, this obviously the alternator. What is that? In a car? That's not a modern day car thing, is it? An alternator?
No, I don't think so. You're asking the wrong guy, Luke Condor, but I would say no, it's not. It's not alternating correctly. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't even know what that would mean. Okay, so then on the other side of things, we've got... I guess we get more family stuff. So there's like, we introduce the family friend. I think they went to school together, Steve and the dad. They play tennis together. They have a laugh.
He's good at tennis, don't he, Steve? Bastard.
He's good at everything.
Not only is he noshing off his wife, he's also beating him at tennis, which I feel like is the ultimate betrayal of trust.
But he doesn't even eat Kellogg's Frosties. But he eats unbranded wheat cereal biscuits.
Yeah, but he does, with no milk. He just goes,
what an animal.
Hush, 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 hush.
That's not a mustache on his face. That's Weetabix dust.
Dried Weetabix dust.
Stuck to
if he just went,
lip.
you'd have a completely clean shaven lip.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Cujo is getting a bit sticky, a bit smelly, I think, over in the house.
Yeah, so Cujo looks like a little bit like he's just had a bit of treacle poured on him.
Yeah.
In a similar way, I guess, to the pets in Pet Sematary, well, the cat in Pet Sematary, Church, who in the latest film looked like he just had Marmite smeared on him. I think we got
a bit of Marmite action here. Yeah.
Got a bit of Marmite. He's got a bit, like Cujo's got a bit of jam and maybe maple syrup or something along those lines smeared on him. He just looks a bit wet.
Eyes. Yeah.
Bit of gunk in his eyes. And so basically the head of the Camber family, this is like a mechanic dude called Joe, and he's like he's abusive, isn't he? He's abusive. He's a bit of a bastard.
I don't think any sort of physical abuse, but I think it's implied.
It's implied there's a bit of physical abuse for him, and Cujo's going to teach him a lesson. So, then we sort of realise that Cujo is their family pet, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. We get, I think, the wife in that family is going to take the son away for a few days. Yeah,
for a nice little getaway.
There's a scene. So the scene I was mentioned earlier was the scene where it's super foggy. It's like really early in the morning, and the kids looking for Cujo of the Cameron family, and he's sort of walking around, and Cujo comes stepping out of the mist, and you can see this like inner turmoil in Cujo's face, like he knows he's like a sort of stay away from me, like he chooses to not attack the kid or not do anything, just sort of go away. It's like the last remnants of those good dog vibes there.
The last good dog vibes there before he goes, I'm gonna mug you. Yeah. So at some point as well, Vic finds out that Donna's having an affair. Can you remind me how that happens?
He's driving. He picks up his car.
I remember this bit. Yeah.
He's driving and he just sees him on the street having a fight because she's breaking up with him.
Yeah.
And Steve don't want none of that. Steve wants to keep muffing
Steve's
on.
like, you don't break up with me. I'm Steve Kemp. I've got a mustache made out of Weetabix crumbs.
I break up with you, and he snaps Weetabix crumbs like that. Like that.
I break up with you. Yeah, that's right. I'm breaking up with you. Well, all right then. If that's the way you want to do it, fine. No, it shouldn't be as easy as that.
Yeah.
You gotta be upset. Oh, I am upset. Yeah. So Vic like kind of drives by, sees it happen, and then he turns around and drives back.
Yeah.
And then they're gone. But then Steve like turns up at the house at some point as well, doesn't he? And they're having a bit of a Barney, and I think
Steve doesn't
she
want to
spills.
let go of her. Yeah, she spills the milk.
Yeah. So he's not like, I wouldn't say he was rapey, Steve.
He's just pushy. And
He's pushy.
clingy. Yeah.
Which is that the same as rapey? No, I don't think he's gonna. No, I don't think it's implied he's gonna do that. But he won't take no for an answer.
He's
I'm
obsessed.
Steve Kemp.
Yeah.
I'm good at tennis.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm good at the love making.
And as a sign of disrespect, she gets the milk and she like pours it on the ground. So there's no milk for your Weetabix here.
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
goes, "Don't waste that milk." And she ends up on her ass. I think he's like grabbing her and she's trying to pull off him.
But
She lands on her
the bad
ass.
kind of pull him off. Yeah.
Yeah, the bad kind of
Get
pull him
him-
off.
get him
And then
off.
Vic
Just
like
fucking
walks
not
in on
say
that,
that. Yeah.
which is like a weird thing to walk in on. It's like, okay, so apparently he's her ex-boyfriend from high school, but now they're like friends,
Yeah.
family friends. But still, that'd be weird if you walked in on that. No matter who was doing it, you'd be like, "Why is my wife on the floor and milk's everywhere? And why is your top lip covered in Weetabix?"
And they're like, we're having a tickle fight. Want to join me? And they all start tickling him.
Yeah, it's well over.
Yeah. So while that's crazy, this is happening. Cujo, there's like a drunk family friend of the Cambers who earlier in the film said Cujo is a big pussy or something along the lines of that, big dog pussy. So Cujo now he's sort of pretty much full rabid. He goes, "That's my secret, Captain. I'm always rabid."
I'm
And then he
always
goes-
rabid. So he's a bit of an alcoholic, this guy, right? He's just
Yeah.
So Cujo
Alcoholic.
goes full rabid, the infection drives him mad, and he just murks this dude, just rips him up.
It's kind of
Right.
weird seeing, like, it's kind of hard to watch those scenes with the dog mauling someone's throat away like that. And did you notice that the only time the dog ever wags its tail is after he's mauled this guy's neck out, like eating his throat.
He's like, that was fun.
Yeah. Who's a good boy? Who's a dog? Who's a dog?
Who's a dog? I'm a dog. Who's a rabid boy? I'm a rabid boy.
Exactly, yeah. Scooby Doo.
Ruby, yeah.
I'd like to see like a mix between Cujo and Scooby Doo, where Scooby Doo goes rabid and
They could do that. Maybe he gets bitten by something, an undead beast, poisoned. Maybe a witch doctor gets involved. Yeah, let's see this.
let's make it happen.
Let's see a gritty horror Scooby-Doo reboot,
Yeah.
which starts with Shaggy getting his head ripped off by Scooby-Doo.
Raggy? Yeah.
Raggy? Got any Scooby snacks? It is drugs, isn't it, Scooby snacks?
It's when he's run out of Scooby snacks that Scooby goes insane and rips Shaggy's
Yep. It's cold
balls
turkey.
off.
Ripped Shaggy's lovely green t-shirt off.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what happens next? So he kills the neighbour in a gruesome way, and then then the husband arrives, Joe Camber, right? And he's like, "Well, what's going on? Where's my drunk mate? Probably drunk. No, he's not.
Yep.
He's dead." And then, what's the name? Doesn't waste any time of dispatching the dad. He's like,
He just
never
goes,
took me walkies.
You never taught me walkies. I've had enough of you. You're dead.
Yeah.
Kills him.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, this is all set up for. So Vic is going out of town on a business trip. He's like, I'm going off for a while. And Donna and Tad are sort of left alone, but she's going to take the car to get repaired at the Cambers, obviously where Joe the mechanic lived and has now died. So I'm assuming they're gonna get the car fixed and then drive somewhere, right?
Yeah. And then drive home. I think they're just picking up the car.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe.
So
not.
yeah, but basically this alternator thing you're talking about is mugging them right off. Car will barely start. At one point, it's like it's barely gonna get there, but they finally get there. They think, thank God we've made it. But Cujo's there, and he's covered in blood.
By
and
this
the car
point, he's
won't
got
start.
like Dolph Stilesh in his eyes, He's like
dogs to less, yeah. And he's just slobbering everywhere.
Caramels in his ears.
It just looks
everywhere.
like just a really dirty boy. Really, he needs a bath time.
Yeah,
you need a bath time, dirty boy.
Yeah. So they take. He's like, I don't know how they would have filmed this, but he's like attacking the car. He's like digging at the windows. He's pulling the door handles off with his teeth.
Yeah,
Nutting the car.
He's really trying to get in there. I mean,
he's literally trying to kill the people, kill the actors.
He's just like, I'm gonna kill you. He's like, at some point, he's running and headbutting the door.
Yeah.
So we get this is quite a good sort of like the rest of the film pretty much takes place in one location. So obviously I think we're made to feel like super super hot as well. They're not in any shade. They're like right out in the middle of this, like the front yard.
No ice pops.
No ice pops.
No
boiling hot
squash. No
barley. Tad as well. I know he's 4 years old, but he's screaming crazily.
Yeah,
because obviously he's a bit scared anyway because he's been having nightmares where he thinks there's a monster in the closet, and now he's never going to be the same now that a giant Saint Bernard is attacking him.
You were all right because you got a bit on the arm, but you grew up and you realised that's just what that one incident. This kid is changed for life. He's never going to be able to step inside a car again.
He's going to see a dog like on TV and go, ah!
Yeah. Or he's going to become the dog. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people become the thing they're scared of. He's going to become like Batman. Dog man.
Dog man. He's going to get a Saint Bernard costume.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's where he comes from.
And
He's the kid from Cujo.
He's the kid from Cujo. He is about 60 years old though. Maybe just aged really quickly. Because, you know,
well, he was in the sun for that long. He aged like
leathery skin. He has got quite leathery skin as well. Now you say it.
He's either Dog the Bounty Hunter or Hulk Hogan. He's one of them.
I think they're the same person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret identity.
So so Donna can't drive the car.
The woman drives, isn't it?
At one point, there's a woman driver can't drive the bloody car. Can't start the car. Give it here. Give me the keys. Cujo hates the phone going off as well, doesn't he?
Well, Cat points out that dogs with rabies don't like noises, any loud noises or any bright lights, but he doesn't seem to be too bothered about that. No. Or kids having wee-wees outside of car windows.
No.
He said, I'm going to bite that bollock off.
Bite that bollock off. Every time the phone goes off, Cujo goes mental and runs up to the house and goes, rah, fuck it out. And already we can start thinking, well, that's a way for Donna to somehow escape. Even though I feel like I don't know what she would do when she escapes. Go and get help.
There's a couple times, doesn't she? I think she gets out of the car and then is like, what do I do? And then she turns around and Cujo's suddenly like waiting behind her, like a Jason Voorhees sort of movement.
There is something quite serial killer-esque about Cujo in the fact that he never stops, never gives up, and he's just always there.
Yeah, he's a T-3000.
He is. Hairy one.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically the hot sun is making the car sort of pretty much unbearable.
I like it. It's kind of poetic justice for all the dogs that have been left in cars to die of heat stroke.
Yeah.
Cujo knew what he was doing. Cujo knew what he was doing.
For every dog that get left in a car heat stroke, you want a child to die. Is that what you're saying?
I don't. Cujo does. This is him getting revenge back for all the dogs.
Don't put words in my mouth.
This is Cujo's modus operandi. He shoves people in cars and lets them die of heat stroke. But okay, so she gets at one point, but the dog gets in the car, mauls her leg off, mauls into her leg.
She's gonna be rabid, right?
Yeah.
She gets bitten. The dog's like murking her. The kid's screaming. She manages to like close the window on its neck, pretty much, right?
Yeah, that does happen. He nuts himself unconscious, I think, at one point as well in the car door. But the car's stuck, so they can't really do anything. At the same time, what's his name? Is it Steve? I forgot his name. The dad. Victor. He is. He's gone away to work on his cereals commercial campaign because he's lost a big client. It's big stuff, and he can't focus because he keeps having these sort of images in his head of something bad happening to wife and kid. So he goes, "Fuck this for it's just cereals, isn't it?" And then he drives home.
It's just cereal, isn't it? He keeps having a vision in his head where he just sees a hot dog and he's like, what does this mean? Hot dog. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
The room next door to them are doing hot dog commercials. My wife and son
are going to be killed by a hot dog. What was that?
The room next door are doing the hot dog commercials. They were shooting at something. Hot
dog, eh?
Yeah.
Something ain't right about that. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they get stuck in the car for like a couple of days, right? Like pretty much the whole day, all night, and then all next day.
Yeah.
Any more days? A long time.
Yeah.
I mean, bored.
Yeah.
I think they do things like this on YouTube now, where it's like
Plays.
kids on YouTube, they go, 24-hour challenge. We're going to stay in the car for 24 hours.
Really? I didn't know that.
Little did they know that it already happened.
On Cujo.
And, you know, with Cujo. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I wonder what they did to pass the time, because, I know the kid was sort of dying, but, you know, they could, I Spy.
He did he did some dying to pass the time. What are you doing there? Are you bored? No, I'm just working on dying. Right.
The mum was like, I Spy my life something beginning with D, and then
Help!
he was like, dying. It's me.
Dying, and she goes, "Yep, that's one point to you."
Yeah. Yep.
Dying again. That's right. All they could do was D, and he said dying, and then he did it D, and she went dog. Yeah, dog again. Cujo.
Eventually
fuck
they
off,
do
mate.
it, and she's like D, and he goes D, and he goes Dad.
Dad.
That's not arrived yet. But okay, so
Scene.
the dad shoots home, and his wife's missing. He's like, I don't know where she is. He thinks it's Steve, his friend, who...
Yeah, so has the house been like vandalized as well?
Steve has vandalized the house, and he's
Someone's spray painted a big knob. A big knob and a tennis ball. Who could it be?
Who could it be? Yeah.
And a Weetabix.
Broken the house by throwing tennis balls at everything with like insanely good precision.
They got one of those tennis ball machines at the front door. Just fired it at the door.
That's got to be like some sort of Jackass stunt where they just open the door and let the tennis ball machine go at it.
Let the tennis ball fire at their asshole. So he basically says like Kemp's a nut job. He's been noshing off my wife behind my back. He's probably kidnapped him. I like it. He thinks kidnapped rather than they've run away with him.
It's a very egotistical man.
Do you know what I mean? Very egotistical man. But he's wrong on both counts.
Yeah. I can't remember how the sergeant goes to the garage.
Yeah.
Like I understand, like he doesn't know what he's walking into.
Oh yeah,
But,
I mean to be fair, about 100 things would be on your mind. Other than that,
he's probably
happening.
worrying about what he's going to have for dinner that night, or
Shall I have Finder's crispy pancakes? or shall I have what else is there? What other disgusting, horrible frozen food is there? Ginster's pasty. Oh, I got both of them in the freezer. Yeah.
I like it. Oh, you know, puddings in Manchester. Have you had puddings? Like the meat.
Oh, what,
puddings.
like like a suet pudding? Or
Yeah, you like boil them.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
He's thinking about having one of them. Is that it?
Yeah, he's thinking about.
And his wife can't wait for him to come home. He's only one day away from retirement, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
So it's my last day. I'll just go and have a look to see if this kidnapped woman is up here.
But he's
Cujo.
got pins and needles in his legs, and he's like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me."
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell! What a terrible. But Cujo just fucks him up. They have a bit of a standoff. Cujo like attacks him.
Cujo chases him like a Tom and Jerry cartoon style dog chasing a guy up into the rafters of the barn.
Yeah.
He's like chasing up like.
He chases him up into a barn. He's like hanging like a fucking hell. Leave me alone.
Yeah. But then he ducks him down and he kills him.
Yeah, he kills him. He just kills him.
Yeah.
And obviously Donna at this point is like, oh, for God's sake. But she thinks there's a momentary distraction, so she climbs out, goes for a baseball bat. Where's the son at this point, by the way? Cujo's.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah. Did I miss that? Where's the son and the
He's
mum?
in the car, I think. Oh, wait, they're in the car. I think she's trying to get out. I think she does get out, and she picks up a gun, maybe.
No, I mean like the family, as in Cujo's family.
Oh, they went away.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the abusive husband.
Oh,
side of
okay,
it.
got it. So really, in a way, the abusive husband saved their lives.
Yeah. True
That's
American
not
hero.
me saying. That's not me saying I agree with any of that.
But
It's just me saying.
it can help.
It can help. Shape people.
Yeah.
I'm joking. So yeah, she basically gets a baseball bat and smashes Cujo and he gets knocked down over and over again with it.
Mm.
But she does smash it till it breaks, and I think that's some impressive strength from her going on there.
Yeah.
And then we get Cujo's final moment, which I feel like, oh come on, is this the way you went? Is it?
Yeah. I wonder how this happens in the book. I'd be interested to read it at some point.
Yeah.
It's a pretty classic move. He jumps on her, she falls back, and then straight for the stomach.
Impaled by the broken bat.
Yeah.
But then she goes and gets the gun.
Isn't that interesting? More poetic justice. It was the bat that killed him in the end, and it was the bat that bit him at the start.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's got Stephen King wouldn't have done that by accident.
He knows.
He knows. He bloody knows.
Yeah, he knows what he's
So
doing.
Donna takes the sheriff's gun, gets Tad, who's like proper dehydrated and overheated. I think maybe. I mean, spoilers for the Cujo book, but I think Tad possibly dies in the book as well.
I didn't want to say anything because you're reading it, but I do know that Tad dies at the end of the book.
Yeah, I think I can't remember how I knew that.
In this one, they find some cornflakes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And they feed the kid the cornflakes, and he goes like magic.
He goes,
and then we pull back, and the dad's got the camera, and he goes, "Let's do another take."
yeah. He goes, let's start from the start, and the start is the dog getting bit by the bat again.
yeah,
come
much,
on.
Yeah.
We got a 90-minute cereal advert here. It's like, I don't understand how this relates to cereal.
Yeah.
And then she just pours a gallon of milk down his neck to save his life. But Donna is reviving Tad in the house, but then Cujo comes back in a classic. This is a classic horror movie villain final hurrah. You think he's dead?
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He's back, so he smashes through the kitchen window, goes for him, but luckily Donna's quick on the draw because she's done this ain't her first rodeo. I don't reckon. I reckon she shot a dog before. She pops a cap in Cujo's ass, or potentially head, and kills him. And what's great about this is that as soon as Cujo's dead, Vic turns up.
I like to think that he's just like watching from afar, like, it's a bit dangerous. I hang back a little bit.
Rabid dog. Oh God,
not for me.
She's all right. Tad looks all right, and they're sleeping. He's got his top off. He looks fine.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks a bit dry, but.
And then Cujo gets up for the sequel. Tujo.
Tujo. He's rabid.
I'd like to think like there's a post-credit scene where there's like some Saint Bernard puppies just sort of under the house somewhere, and they're all
crawling out the cave.
Yeah, they've all got bats stuck to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stitching them all together in a big
Cujo, the new breed.
Tujo.
Pujo.
Okay.
This time there's a litter. He was the runt of the litter.
Trivia. Are you ready?
Yeah, that's good. Yep.
See, this has confused me now because you said something earlier that kind of threw this off. But the question is, how many Saint Bernards were used to play Cujo? How many Saint Bernards?
Well, I was going to say one, considering it says it was Mo, but...
Well, you said that. That's what confused me, because in the trivia I found, it said 5. It said 5 Saint Bernards were used, 1 mechanical head, and 1 guy in a dog costume.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of the guy in a dog costume and a mechanical head. Like, there wasn't one point during this film where I thought, that's a man in a dog costume, or that's a mechanical head.
There's a couple of times when I was like, that's not a Saint Bernard anymore. Like, there's not just Saint Bernards. There's one bit where I'm sure it's...
Jack Russell.
Like a fucking chihuahua. What's going on here?
Imagine a chihuahua rabies. What would you do?
Chihuahuas are mean little things. You see them like running around. They do a thing where they just sort of fly towards your head out of nowhere, like that. And you'd be doing that sort of acting. It'd just be a plastic dog, and you'd be like dancing with the plastic.
Yeah. I just thought of something. I've got something else to say about.
I've got something I need to say.
I got something I need to say. All right, mate. Do you remember a film called The Breed? It was like a horror film about dogs.
Maybe.
About some evil dogs.
Maybe.
And it was directed by someone.
Oh yeah.
It was directed by someone or Summit. I thought maybe Wes Craven was involved, but maybe I've just. Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez is in it.
That sounds more recent than I would be thinking of.
2006.
That sounds very recent.
It's got 5.1 out of 10. So, I was just thinking of
pretty
evil
good.
dog. It's got 5.1 out of 10, so it's just loads of different dogs that are like mental. Like I don't think they're rabid. I think maybe they're like genetically engineered to fuck people up. I think there's like an Australian,
Yeah.
a Rottweiler. I mean, if you're scared of dogs, it won't be pleasant to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other evil dogs in cinema?
No, but have you ever seen a dog when it's got the zoomies? I just feel like when they're sort of running around, they're too excited. That's quite scary to see.
Yeah.
Cujo
The zoomies.
3, the zoomies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 2. You ready?
Yep.
What did the dogs have tied between their legs?
What do they have tied between their what? What, as in those dogs to like make them rabid or something, or make them
In the actor dogs behind the scenes.
what do they have tied between their legs? A bit of steak.
Well, they tied their tails down between the legs because they kept wagging their tails. So it just kind of ruined their aggressive thing if they're wagging their tails like
Hello.
playtime. Yeah.
I don't know why they've had a bit of steak tied between their legs. Maybe just to keep them focused.
They should be trying to lick their
Yeah, they would.
pits. Okay.
It was a bad answer.
It's okay. We'll give you it anyway. Give you a benefit of a doubt.
Okay.
Number 3. Stephen King remembers writing every single word of this novel. True, false, or something in between.
I don't know why you're giving me the third option, so let's just say something in between.
Nope. He doesn't remember writing a word of it. He was off his nod. He was off his nod on drugs.
Cocaine.
And cocaine. Drugs and cocaine.
Drugs and cocaine and drugs.
Yeah, and a bit of booze probably.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good for a cocaine fuel. But then again, I mean, I've never written anything
On
after
cocaine.
after a bloody night of
You should
cocaine.
try it. It's you get some good
Moorish
stuff
I've
out
heard.
of it. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, number 4. What have I written here? Why oh why did Dee do a owie, eh?
Why oh why did Dee do a owie? A?
Yeah.
Why did she hurt?
Why oh why did Dee do a owie, eh?
Why oh why did Dee hurt herself at some point? When did she hurt herself?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. Why did she hurt herself?
Yeah.
Did she hurt herself? Well, like on purpose to try and get the dog riled up?
So the actress hurt herself.
Yeah. Okay.
But why? Why oh why did Dee Wallace do a owie? Why?
Did she smash herself in the head with a baseball bat by accident?
No, but we've all been there. So there's a bit where she's like shoving her fingers down Tad's throat, and she goes, "Ow!" because he bites her. And apparently he actually bit her for some reason.
Oh, he was rabid.
He was
as
rabid,
well.
yeah, exactly.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. The foam around Cujo's mouth was made of what?
Interesting.
It's made of 2 things. I can give you one ingredient if you want a clue.
Toothpaste.
No.
Give me a clue.
One
Give
of
me
the
one
2
ingredient.
ingredients was sugar.
Sugar and Coca-Cola and something fizzy. Something fizzy?
No.
Sugar and water. Sugar and milk.
No.
Is it liquid?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. It's like half...
Sort of?
It's mostly liquid. It's mostly liquid, yeah.
Mostly liquid. Like yogurt.
Closer.
Ice cream.
We're thinking breakfast here. We're thinking something you have on toast, perhaps.
Is it white?
Yes, it is white.
Like that mallow fluff. Marshmallow fluff. Who has that on breakfast? I don't know. Tell me.
Egg whites and sugar. The dogs cause problems on set by constantly licking the tasty stuff off.
Tasty stuff. Just like...
Exactly. It all loops back around.
It all comes back around. Time is a flat circle.
Okay, so we need to rate the film.
Yeah.
I think it was all right. What about you?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right. I enjoyed it for what it was. A good sort of single location, mostly film. I thought it was pretty, there was a lot of tragedy involved based on the fact that the poor dog, I didn't want a dog to die.
No.
Like, you want him to get away. You don't want a dog to die. You want someone to come along and go, here's an injection. Oh, he's all right now. He might have killed 5 people, however many he killed, but he can carry on living his life. No, he's obviously dead. Dead at the end of it. But yeah, I thought it was good. And from what I've listened to of the audiobook as well, it seems like a very good adaptation of that book. I haven't finished it yet, but so I'll probably give it I reckon I'd give it a B. A B for.
I don't think the book has any chapter breaks. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. I'm listening to an audiobook, so it
Does
doesn't
the guy
say
ever stop for a breath?
It's a woman. It's narrated by the woman who
dog.
plays the gypsy in. It's narrated by the woman who plays the gypsy in Drag Me to Hell.
Papa Ganoush. What's
Pop
her
Up
name?
Ganoush.
Is it Baba Ganoush? Something
Pop
like
Up Ganoush.
that. Something. I think it's something Ganoush.
I can't remember, but it's narrated by
Mrs.
her anyway.
Ganoush.
Because I googled who I was listening to, because I've been listening to her voice for hours, and I was like, I wonder what she looks like, and it was her. I was like, ah!
I think you were shocked, and then it kind of tickled you.
Yeah,
Sort of
yeah,
came
yeah.
around to it within seconds.
I was in my office at work, and people were saying, "You're all right," and I just went, "Oh yeah." You never
It
guess.
sounded like
what,
someone surprisingly put a thumb up your butt.
Yeah. Hey, whoa! Oh, I dare you!
Yeah, sounded pleasant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna give it a B. Wow. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'll go for a B. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a C plus because I thought it was good, but like just pretty good. Like I don't know. It hit all the notes. I found the actual dog eating people bits kind of disconcerting to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I
because
kind
I
of want
live
that
with a dog.
horror film, though. I want moments.
Yeah,
I feel,
definitely. Yeah.
I feel like for me, true horror films. There are always several moments which make me go, "Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I can,
I don't know how I feel about this bit."
if I can watch a bit where I'm like, ooh, like when you genuinely sort of struggle to watch it, they're the ones that really stick with me. It reminds me of The Grey. You've seen The Grey?
Yeah.
There's the bit where the guy falls out the tree, and then he's like imagining he's back at home, and his daughter. He says earlier, she stands over and puts her hair and starts waving her hair left and right over his face. So he brushed over his face. He's talking about it for ages earlier in the film, and then it cuts into the real world, and it's just loads of wolves just like mauling his face off. And I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like I struggle to watch it. There's something about dogs eating a face that I just
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
don't
like.
do it. Just don't do it for me, mate. Just don't do it for me. Don't enjoy it.
But in a good way. I think that's what I mean. I don't
Yeah.
enjoy it, but in a good way. It's
Yeah.
titillating.
There we go.
There you go.
Very nice.
So next week, I think we're going to be doing Alien Cubed.
Alien Cubed, yeah. So the 26th of April is Alien Day, the 40th anniversary of Alien. And as I mentioned, we've done Alien, we've done Aliens, so we're going to do Alien 3. We're going to obviously be a bit late for Alien Day, but we'll be in the week of it.
Yeah.
So sue us, innit? Yeah, sue us if you don't like it.
Well, exactly, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I'm looking forward to it. And then I think we're going to maybe get back on. I think I'm probably about ready to watch Conjuring again. Especially with the new one's coming out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it a go, innit?
Yeah. Okay.
Why not?
This show is brought to you by Hawk and Cleaver. Head over to hawkandcleaver.com. Join the Facebook group Horror Hangout Board of Advisors and say hello. Thanks to Kovacs Cameron for our theme music. Thanks to Acast for hosting the show. Thanks to the listeners. If you enjoyed the show, consider giving us a rating and review in iTunes, and remember to hit subscribe. Thanks to Makoos Ben for being a right horror dude.
Thank you, Luke, for also being a right horror dude.
Right.